Good morning, Namaskar, Suraj Singh, again on Facebook for purpose of Bharat ka Savidhaan, Constitution of this country, Bharat. Early morning I was on YouTube. Now, Bharat ka Savidhaan, very important part. We'll discuss this one. As before, just for refreshing, Bharat ka Savidhaan is a cover page. Then we go to preamble of this, as usual, and then English preambles. Well, I'm just reminding you why I'm giving this every time because you should understand that I'm talking about Bharat Savidhan, Constitution of India, which is a very important document for each one of us. ये भारत संविधान है सबके लिए, हर देश के व्यक्ति के लिए, हमारे देश के सारी पब्लिक के लिए। इसको समझना इतना आसान भी नहीं है, इतना मुश्किल भी नहीं है। जो समझ जाएगा एक बार उसको समझ आ जाएगा, जो नहीं समझेगा उसको नहीं आएगा। This is a document, just a book type you can say. It was produced by a very brilliant community. It's brought by a very brilliant committee comprising of very top barristers of that time in 1947 and 1950. They just worked hard on that time because in those days there was no facility available. There was just hardly typewriters available, and maybe they were not there. And they have to write by hand or by some, or you can say peacock wings or something else. This was very interesting. Just imagine that time. I suppose you were there, I was there. What we have done is there was no communication, nothing telegraph time, I know post time or to take letters. How could they write and send by post in those in British times or just immediately after British time? Very interesting. You just think of that. Today, if you compare to that one, today everything is on tips. Your MS Office, you're writing your word and every word, you can just communicate by mail. You can just work on the internet and send message to your any corner of the world, and that is what the difference exists in. In those days, you see how many people were involved in this, how they could work on that. It's just imagination today, but in those days, it was not imagination, the reality of life. You have to understand that if you have to face that time of circumstances, shall you be able to deliver all that what was delivered in those 2 years? You won't be able to do because they're the hard-working people. And Dr. Ambedkar was leader of that committee. He was a very dedicated person, having many kind of academic degrees and experience and social experience. How people were suppressed in those days, or the SC/ST or the classes, and how women were suppressed in those days, and how communities differed, and there was a difference of opinion. Many communities are different because there's just a partition of countries that got independence of those days in 1947. The country was partitioned, divided into Pakistan and Bharat. Just what type of psychology would have happened in those days? Under that psychology, under that trauma, you can say millions of people were killed and lost their lives during 1957, 1947, or you can say 1948 included. How many million people, how many lakhs of people lost their life during this period? From though kids were lost and senior was lost and veteran lost for 190 years, such a traumatic time. You cannot even imagine now, out of imagination, but it happened. British ruled us because of our fault. Mughals ruled us because of our fault. And before that, migrated people from Iraq, Iran, they are now Pandits of Brahmin war. They ruled us. They just had compromises with Mughals in many cases. You just remember, you go and see history. How these Brahmins are now claiming that they are ruling now. And they think that they are pure Hindus, but fact is different. I mean, those people migrated from Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, or you can say Kurdistan, and maybe various other areas where our type of civilization exists, but they were not really those type of civilization. But they came here and enjoyed this area. They tried to sectionalize society into, just say you are Pandit, you're Brahmin, or you're Rajput, or you're Shudra, or you're so on. It's all foolishness of those people who think we are governors, we are rulers, we will just speak and listen. That type of mankind, that type of Bharat Vasis existed in those days, which are really stupidity of people, but people were illiterate, they were not very educated before the time was good. But these people, 2000 years who came from those areas such as Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Kurdistan, and all that, the people became Pandit Brahmins now, and they think we are pure, and all these other pure, they are Rajput, and you are Shudra, and you are SC and SC. This type of development in mind was created by that community, which is illogical, which is foolishness. They didn't want to do anything by their hands. They never wanted to work for hard. They never worked hard. They just try to use temples for their business. They just try to use whatever kind of, they were intelligent people and you are not. That's the difference. They claim they were only intelligent, and still now the same thing happens. what happens with the friction in this Pandit society and non-Pandit society, you can see difference. It happens every day. They only work free of cost. They just say, just give me money and that's it. Means if you say, pay some money as dakshina to some pandit, or you pay some money in donation to your temple, the same thing means they, no, you will not find any such person working in labor. You will not find any such worker working in tough jobs on high work of high power work of machines or heavy foundations or excavations or something like that. I have seen world many countries. I have seen. I worked in more than 50 nationalities, but I have not seen these people. Just they will find a job, just like Kerala people like to have a job that is just to work in office at a more clerical job. Same thing they like to have. Here you will find many property dealers. You will find officers in offices. You will find so many things. So it's hardly they do it, but they have every opportunity to talk and be fool everyone. This is why I'm just referring to you, nothing to do with this community for this discussion. I'm just telling you what happened there, but you have to understand now where we do. Where this country consists of all classes of people, all religious sects and everybody. You cannot say no, you belong to this country, you belong to this country, and it is everybody's right, whatever section belongs to, a Muslim, Hindu, Sikh, Isai, or whatever. Socially downtrodden people, we have to extend every respect to them, each and every respect. They have right, constitutional right. If you don't give, it's your problem, not their problem. They have, maybe they could not get opportunity to study in college, high profile universities, but they are human beings and they are working for us such jobs which we cannot do. We cannot imagine to do even. Can you get into drainage? Can you get into the sewerage? Can you get into sludge? You cannot, but they do. Means they are higher in work. They have a more grade of work. They are superior to us. In fact, if you understand why Harijan was given, why Gandhi, do you know why Harijan was given? Because Gandhi said, Hari is Bhagwan, Hari is God. You cannot touch him. Same thing. This term was used to them at that time because of this reason. Because we cannot do work what they have done and what you have been doing. So they are more important than an engineer and doctor. They are more important because they can do a work which you cannot do. They can do a work which can cause epidemic. They can do a work which can cause skin disease, or they can go hydrosulfide, they smell and they can get disease. So many things are there. Means they are more risky people, risk-prone people, but we are not. We are officers, we are high class people. We have to understand that that is the reason the constitution was a requirement. It was a mandatory requirement to change society. This constitution is not just a constitution or a book. No, it's not like that. There is some immense thought, is contemplation behind. Not only Dr. Ambedkar commission, a whole history behind that. We just consider thousands of years history about how British treated us, how Muslims and Mughals treated us, how other treated us. That all constitute this. Means there is a soul, there is a spirit in that, just not a paper, just not a bag, just not what is written that time. There's a philosophical. So many details have been included in that depending upon what they experienced that time. But things have been changing and have been changing that time also. But we have to understand that. So amendments are made. This because nothing is perfect in this world. Depending on how society changes, you have to change everything. That's what's all. Just like British change every. You go and see British acts. You will not find every stupid parliament here. They don't change. Still 1860 Act of Electricity, 1860 Act of Society Association, etc. is still in force. Why is it force? Because we people are not say that we leave it. Okay, leave it, no problem. Means why Act of 1800 years are still in force here? That's a nonsense. Nobody is serious. No, leave it as it is. Just make 2 or 3 amendments and that's it. They don't have courage to overall this. They don't have courage to apply it to requirement of people. They cannot, because they are illiterate people. They're scared. They fear. They fear. So I don't know why. When you're in power or even in position, you have got mandate of people. You have to study everything. You have to study yourself. Don't go to commission or someone else, because don't depend on these legal advisors and lawyers and judges, because they are not very well experienced. Because if a judge cannot give a decision in 30 years, I don't call that judge an experience. Just ask any judge of High Court, Supreme Court, how suppose he is 30 years experience, 40 years experience, how many decisions he has given, how many orders he has passed in life. You will be surprised to know that it's nothing. Means if a doctor works, an engineer works, or someone that works, they do a lot of work in their life. They can say, I have this production, I have this credit, but these judges don't have any credit, because you go to court and you got a date. Then lawyer is the same thing, 30 or 40 lawyers have same dating experience. So judges has their granting experience. Hardly they decide in a month, maybe the 2 or 3 judgments they give. In a month, 2 or 3 judgments they deliver. Say how many in a year? So maybe 30 or 40 or something like that. 40 means in 30 years, 200 only. Hardly, it's nothing. Whole life you are giving only 200 judgments. Don't write long, give precise. But problem is they have a show call. No, I'm a judge. I'm very intelligent. I have this one. He will give you judgment of 400 pages, which got no meaning at all. Well, real judgment will be in 3 pages, and that's the problem. This country, we are wasting time, and we are just oriented in English. Why you always, if High Court and Supreme cannot deliver judgment in your own language? That's the problem. They are translated only. What I am saying is that nothing to do with the High Court Supreme Court. The stop question is, why constitution is significant, keeping in all these issues, because this relate to everybody. If a litigant cannot understand what is going on in court, it depends upon what lawyer says, advocate says, that is a nonsense. He cannot read what petition is. Go and ask someone, what's your petition? He'll say, I don't know, Vakil. This Vakil will tell me what is that. If Vakil says, oh, you got, you jeet gaya, haar gaya. What is this nonsense, jeet gaya, haar gaya? Person doesn't know what case says, what petition is, what clause, what submissions were made, what evidences were received, whether evidences were, a man understands this is an evidence, but he says, no, this is not under Evidence Act, because he just writes a story for nothing, just to get money from client and high cases. This happens. I have experienced many cases in my life, but I was educated. I used to write on points, and this vakil, this lawyer, used to include that according to legal requirement. Fine, that's okay. But everybody is not like that. 95% people don't understand law. They don't understand how court moves. They just depend upon lawyer and lawyer. Every lawyer has many. Some have 50 cases, 100 cases. Why you at one time 50, 100 cases? Why don't 10 only? Because every case takes 10 years, 20 years. So you can be piling and getting, whenever date comes, you just tell something. They give me this much money, because I have to pay to this one and this one. This happens means they keep on looting you, lawyers and advocates. Lawyers, advocates, I mean same thing, but judges. This community, I go to openly, they charge money openly for bail. Everybody charge money in presence of magistrate, and magistrate smiles and says he knows it. This is happening in high court for 10 years. There's no hearing. Go to Supreme Court, what happens there? And just see 3 crores of cases have been pending. Who is responsible for that? I think judiciary as well as government of Bharat is responsible, but nobody is scared. Nobody is caring for that. Why not caring? Because they are not interested. That's all. Let public go to hell. They say what to do with these people. Let them die. If a person dies and case still moves on, what do you call that country? These people have spoiled this country. These judges, these advocates, and these government leaders, they have spoiled this country. Country is never bad. Law is never bad. There is system in law. There is systematic structure in law. Every law is systematic. But they have made it such a way. They never try to codify it. They leave it as it is. For one thing, you have to refer to 5 laws, 5 statutes, and something like that. So you will not go leave it. And when you go 100 times to court to attend dates, you will get fed up and say, okay, let me sit outside court and reach some decision. This is what is happening. So these people are responsible to spoil our constitutional implications. Constitution is very excellent document. Our statutes are excellent. There can be defects in documents. Yes, there are, and there have been, because it is devised by human, not by God. So there can be many defects. Defects can be scrutinized, can be investigated. Why not? Commissions are there, but every commission takes many years. That's why they are legally qualified. That I can do. I'm not legally qualified. Give me, I will try that person there. But they just take time because they want something. For example, this commission or SIT, which BJP government came, SIT of black money, is now more than 5 years. What result is there? No result. They are just getting salary. 3 persons are there. MB Shah is chief, and there are 2 more people. For 60 months and more, they have been charging, and there has been no result. And nobody is to question. Public doesn't even know. Maybe you forgot that. In first job they did, they constituted an SIT based on order of Supreme Court. What result is there? What delivery is there? No delivery. No. Only 5 years have gone. Then another 5 years, and then another 5 years. In 15 years, we may be able to do something. It is an understanding. So Constitution has been stumped here. It's clean bald. Constitution, people don't understand then. What meaning of Constitution? It doesn't give any result. But Constitution is not proactive. It's not automatic document. It's a document to be applied by people, understood by people. People don't understand. That's the problem. Why people don't understand, I don't know. People are not interested. See, this is the only document in our country which supports you. Your backbone it is, your mind it is, your right it is, your pledge it is. If you discard this document, ignore this document, you are ignoring yourself. You are ignoring your nation. These political bloody fools, they are getting benefit of this. Every party knows. People don't understand this, and they have only lawyers. Even leaders don't do anything. Only lawyers like Kapil Sibal and the other side, Jaitley and all this. They people know very well, but they make abuse of this all time. And because they know people shall not refer, you only study those documents which relate to your education, academics, etc., or life where you professionally work, and that's all, and nothing else. That is your problem. Public is not aware of this. At least you should know something what we are related to, but you are not related to. You don't even refer to. Even there are some conditions written on some documents and agreements with government. You don't even relate to this. For example, electrical. There are so many conditions written on the website. Nobody reads them. That happens because we are not. Somebody should tell us. That's all. We wait for someone to come tell us. We think England should come and tell us, or America should come and tell us what is written on that. That is our nonsense, not others. 90% people like this, 95% people like this, they are less ignorant people. They don't understand their laws. They don't understand that. They don't understand duties also. How many people know what Article 51 of Constitution of India, which was introduced in the emergency by Indira Gandhi? Nobody knows that. How many know? Maybe 10% people are aware of that, and they don't know what their duty is. They are fight for our right. We fight for the board. We fight for that, but we don't know what we have to do for the nation. That is Article 51A, which gives the duties of a citizen of this country, which is mandatory. But we don't. How many do it? How many do? If you have done this, you will not go. We will not waste time in release affairs and all this. We will work for nation scientifically, because there's a scientific temper, which is the spirit of that. That is national temper, national honor and science involved in that. But we will not worry about that, because we don't care for that. Or in document, who cares about that? People like me just speak like a fool and then go. Okay, I am fool, I go, no problem at all. I don't mind that somebody calls me fool, somebody calls me waste of time. But it is your choice, your benefit or loss. If you go through that, your education is no use if you cannot even understand that. You pass BA, MA, PhD, doctor, engineer, whatever you are, I don't care for that. But you have to see, if you don't have time for that, how shall you work your profession in? If, for example, engineer, he doesn't understand law, he doesn't understand contract, he doesn't understand how shall he manage contractor, I don't understand. I have seen only government people, because they are forced to do this. But in private sector, I'm not finding that. Engineers are not interested to understand all this. This is all called encroachment of other professions. Really, not encroachment. Interactive education, interdisciplinary education, which is must, because life is not alone. Just like if you see in a profession, if you say I'm on one, I will do this. No, you cannot do this, because everything is interrelated. You have to coordinate for one thing, 3 things, 10 things more. Just like you study, you have to see one physics says if numerical there, and you have to refer some formula, then that formula is another one. You have to relate to that one. Same thing you have to do every field where you are working. That's very important for our youth. Don't understand. If you talk some youth, but I have no time, when I need, I'll do it. I was really disappointed when I sent this copy to my sister's daughter and sister's son. I advised them to read this. The constitutional, it's very difficult. I can't understand why don't you understand? You're a qualified person. You're doing MBA, you're doing a BA, you're doing service. You can understand this. It's too difficult. And yeah, I don't need. When I need, I will do this. When you need, you cannot need it forever. You will never need it. It's a question of knowledge. You're not a lawyer. Your question is just like, ABCD 1 2 3 4. You mean general knowledge tables and all that. Why you don't consider that, but they will not consider this, because they are too busy people. They are busy in video. They are busy in listening to radio and all that. And they are busy in cricket and football and all commentary and everything. Cricket, film stars. They are busy in that. They are not busy in their own life. They cannot know where they can use. But if you know something, you can play in your profession. You may have a chance when you encounter someone who speaks about this, and you're blank, you're empty minded, because you don't have any knowledge about that. You don't have any exposure to that. This happens here when you rise up in a profession. You are not single person, you are an interdisciplinary person. You have to deal with many people there in meetings and everything. But when you have a stump on your head, you strike your head with sand, then you realize where it is. Oh, it's too late. Then, I could study at that time, but I did not do it. Then you will try to find out and forget everything, because you cannot understand anything. That's a problem. That is why I call our youth are a sleeping society. Our youth are a sleeping community, and they are different people. They want to enjoy life, wear very good clothes, very good dressing, girl or boy. They don't care for anything. Enjoy life, smoke, walk in there, and everything's for them. Car and all this means they have high dreams. They want to earn crores in one night, but they don't work hard. Nation cannot move like this. This nation you did not got free of cost. Because you got it, that's why you don't value it. When something is handy, you never value. When you lose it, you will understand how important it was. When your some relative dies, then you value. Before that, nobody values. Nobody even gives a glass of water to that, and after that they do tearing and this and that and this all bakwas, and they will do amavasya and all this. They value this to show to others that we are doing this and nothing else. By heart, nobody is doing. But nation is more important than your family, is more important than your neighborhood, it's more important than the state, is more important than anything else or something else. You have to understand that. If you cannot understand that, you are wasting your time, your life, and you will get nothing at the end. And because all other countries, you go and see other countries. I talk to many British people there and argue with them for something or many things. Those people are not sleeping. People, what's happening in Hong Kong? You see, just for one bill, what happened? To see a result, what happened? Go to Algeria, see what happened. Go to Venezuela, see what happened. Go to Sudan, see what happened. And go in many countries happening. In Philippines, there was a dispute in Philippines and Canada. You know that Philippines got many containers of waste, containers of this plastic waste by design. They didn't know what's coming in, but was sent For many years, for 3 years, we were lying there. There was a dispute between Philippines and Canada, and Philippines forced it to stand back. That is called leadership. Philippines is acting against its drug at people, right at people, and that's called leadership. 2 days back, there was a big dispute between Iceland representative and Philippines leader abused him. What nonsense are talking? You control your childbirth first. You control your you can say pregnancy first. You're killing people in the there. Those people are awakened. See, China is awakened. China, you see, China president never talks a lot. He does a lot. China, Europe, America, there's a triangle. There's a dispute between America and China. You all know very well. This is a business dispute. This is a balance of payment dispute. This is economical fighting, commercial fighting, very big fighting. Europe is also worried now because there are so many. Iran is involved. So world is not sleeping. Only we have been sleeping. Even Pakistan is not sleeping. He has got many relations. Arab world, whole Arab world is supporting him. China is supporting him. But we are thinking we have only one person. He can handle everything, and that's the problem. We cannot handle this nation until we open our eyes, our minds, our contemplation power, our potential, our capability, or else we are dumb. You study anything, get any degree, get something, until you don't know how to use it, you cannot get successful in life. What's the use of your PhD in any field if you don't have any application of that? What's the use of engineering if you cannot apply your engineering? What's the use of IT engineering? There is no meaning at all. You have to thrown out. You're not suitable for job or industry. What is meaning of that? This means there must be practical orientation we don't have. Why we don't have? You have to answer. Leaders have to answer. This is a country. This is not a shop. We have to use our people. There are lakhs of people coming every hour, every year as engineers, diploma degree and all. What's the use if they cannot fill in job? They are just searching for job because no economy is developing, no industry is developing, and whatever industries are there, whatever work is there, government is selling them. So we are not talking and we are not speaking. We are not fighting with government. That's our weakness. If railway is planned to be sold, if 30 companies are to be sold, or 40 companies are being planned to sold, what bloody hell they are selling for? They will sell to someone who will renew them, who will rehaul them and work on them, get benefit. Why don't you rehaul yourself? What problem is there? Your lacks of there's a power of engineers, there's a power of professionals, there's a power of everybody, power of technicians in this country. Why don't you do that yourself? When Jawaharlal could start them for economic development, why you are selling them? What? Okay, if there is one or two, we agree that there's some problem is lost. Question is, somebody buys it, you will not buy it for just a sake of buying, or just entertainment, or just because he wants to sell assets. It's not like that. That person should rehaul, apply technology, and make use of that. So you cannot make use of that yourself. Why? Because you are not interested in doing that. You are not interested in working hard. You are just interested to sell it and get money and say our balance of payments, our balance in budget is better than before. That is your proposal, nothing else. But you are fooling us. You are not qualified professional. You may be prime minister or you may be minister. You are just a generalistic. You are not a specialist. You just be fooling public because public doesn't analyze everything and public don't care. Public cares only when water rises over nose and eyes. Only then public cares. Still, water is not about eyes. You have shut down many these poor trains, what you call Garib Rath. Why? Who hell you are to break everything of this country? You may be prime minister, doesn't mean you're honor of this country. They make you a referendum and then ask people what to do, what not to do, and then do it. You are not master and honor. We are not your slaves. But unfortunately, we are not speaking, and that is our problem. That's why I'm calling. We are all sleeping people. We are sleeping society. Have no courage at all to speak and encounter human leaders. Why we cannot encounter prime minister? Why we cannot raise question to president? Why cannot we go to Supreme Court and ask what this happening? Is it not our right? This is what Constitution says. Why? That's what I'm saying. Understand Constitution, read Constitution, analyze Constitution. Until you do that, you cannot do anything. Your country shall keep on ruining, spoiling, and you are responsible for that. You shall be responsible for that because you are sleeping. I know you got every facility, you are having good salaries, and when you get job, and when you start weeping. Oh, I lost my job, I have no money, how to make? There are people who used to thrive on rupees 3, 4, you can say 40, 50 years back. They were also human beings. When I started my job, I just got rupees 5 per day, but I lived in that. But you are getting lakhs of salaries now. Because foreign companies are coming, they know our weakness. They are paying salaries to, you can say, destabilize our community, debilitate our economy, and they have done it successfully. If you now a person is getting 3 lakh salary, 2 lakh salary per month, is not happy to do a 50,000, 20, 30,000. I saw one you can say ad in one construction companies in on Facebook, which say fresh engineer BTech has to pay 10,000, 12,000. Such person should be thrown out of this country. Such company, BTech in civil should be 10,000 per day per year. That's value. A mason gets 700, 800 per day. A helper gets 300, 400 per day. A BTech is lesser than a helper. A watchman gets 9,000, 10,000, guard you can say. So that person then should be better. He should be a mason or carpenter. Why should he be an engineer if he has to be sold in 10,000 per month? This is happening. This is called exploitation, and that is what this government wants. It's free of cost to do. If person studies 12th standard and then he goes to college, get admissions, studies for 4 or 5 years to pass engineering, and then he is given 10,000 per month, you can see where we are standing. Is it right or wrong? Are we standing or we are collapsed? What you can call it? I got very angry when such thing happens. Okay, why you are insulting people? You do yourself. Why you want to pay 10,000? Don't call anybody. Do everything yourself. You are builder, you are engineer, you are company, you are constructor. You know everything. Why you need someone? If you need someone, pay him properly. Or close your company if you cannot do it. Why should someone come to 10,000 per month when a guard gets 18,000, 15,000, 20,000, a driver gets 20,000, 15,000, engineer is lesser to a driver, to a helper? What is this? We don't have any degree of shame in us. There's no one to fight for someone in this country. You only fight for who are powerful. You fight only for Modi. You fight only for Rahul, not for public. That's a defect. That's a defect. You are interested in Modi Bhakti, you are interested in Rahul Bhakti, and you are interested in these bloody fools Bhakti, but you are not interested in real Bhakti. Don't worship God if you cannot help your country. Better. Worship God will not give anything until you work hard. God himself worked when he came to earth. When Ram came, he himself worked. When Krishna came, he himself worked. When Harishchandra came, he himself worked. Whoever came, they did something for society, for development, just to teach people something. But we cannot understand that. God did not charge any salary, but he has to prove, he has to demonstrate that you have to work. Work is worship. Work is best worship. No other worship is there. Well, there are religious worship, other worship. I'm not talking of those. Oh, there are different types of worship. There is personal worship. There is spiritual worship. There is God's connection. But work is work. No one can say no. If those who don't want to work and just want to get a good future, they are on false track. Because they are on fake track, dark track. Why I am saying all this? Because you have to understand yourself first. If you want to make your nation, understand where you are. You are in Bharat. You are in Bharat, and that is India. You are not somewhere else. Other people are happy they can solve their problem, except our country cannot solve a problem. Whole Gulf country, which is a desert one, you see how they are now and what they are going to do in the future, but we cannot think of anything like that. Our intelligentsia is sleeping. Our journalists are sleeping. Our professors are sleeping. They are just confined to their education of skills and nothing else. They repeat same lecture every time. And the false researches they are doing, papers they are just writing just for sake of their promotion and nothing else. They don't give anything to society. So if society, from where society shall get? Shall get only from these professionals. So what I should say, we are all sleeping. And now maybe army sleeps. What to do? It happened. They were sleeping when they were killed. They were targeted by Pakistan. In Amritsar or somewhere else, they were sleeping. So it's happening. What evidence you want? We did not speak anything in Pulwama. 46 people were killed. I would say killed. Yes, killed by government intrigue. They were killed. Nobody spoke anything. People did not have any revolt against the government. They were happy only when their air strike was in Pakistan. They were slightly beating that, but they didn't have any condolence or fighting with those people who lost their life because of the fault of government, intrigue of government. This is our character. This is a part of character. I don't understand how to define this, because we just celebrate, that's all. We will speak loud voice, Bharat Mata ki jai, and what else they say, I don't know. Vande Matram, that's what we say. Except this nothing. We don't understand what's Bharat Mata. We understand what's the meaning of Jai. Where is Bharat Mata ki jai? Tell me. Bharat Mata ki jai means our motherland is lighting, is illumining, is rising, is shining. Where is that? When you say Jai, Jai means light, Roshni. Where is that? Are we in Roshni or in darkness? So how can you justify Bharat Mata ki Jai? Just speaking only. Bharat Mata ki Jai doesn't exist because you are sleeping. You are not working. You are not getting something. You are not progressing your country. And you are saying Bharat Mata ki Jai. First understand what is Bharat Mata. And Vande Mataram you are calling. What do you mean by Vande Mataram? There is no meaning at all because you are sleeping, you are doing nothing, you are not respecting your nation, you are not respecting your society, you are not respecting yourself even, you are not respecting your constitution, you are not respecting your nation, you are just touching feet of leaders who are crooked. 233 crooked have come to Parliament, Lok Sabha. Who is responsible for that? Are you not responsible? 233, 102, okay, by mistake can come, but 233 out of 542 MPs are elected who have criminal backgrounds, and Modi endorsed 119 out of that because his party is 119 and 19 Congress and many others like that. Who is responsible for that? I will not blame Modi, I will not blame someone else, I blame public of this country. Why did you vote Modi or why did you Rahul? Why you did not check candidature? That's whose fault? Your fault. You cannot even check who is contesting election, who is not. Everywhere Modi is elected. Everywhere 542 Modis have been elected. This is rubbish. You have elected one terrorist. One terrorist, this Sadhu you have elected. On what basis? Because BJP is there, Modi is there, and that's all. This is our character. I cannot follow Modi or Rahul. I have to follow my nation. Modi is not about nation. Rahul is not about nation of someone else. Is not about nation. Our nation is ourselves, public. We people of this country are about nation. We are nation. We constitute nation. We constitute this constitution. We are responsible for ourselves. These leaders are just robbers. All are robbers. One is bigger robber, one is smaller robber. All are robbers of varying degrees. You cannot say they are honest people. You cannot say they belong to Satyavadi Khandan. No, they don't belong to. They just show your faces as if they are sadhus, but they are robbers. More dangerous than you can say whatever Daku was there. What to say then? Whose responsibility it is? You are responsible for 233 criminals who are going to write your future, who are going to write acts for you, drafts for you, who are going to write, who will allot budget for you, who are going to write change your future. Shall you accept that change? See, these Congress, these opposition, other parties, they have no shame. They are sitting in Lok Sabha. Look, ready 52, get out of that. Why you want to sit there with these criminals? Because you are also criminal. Why you want to cooperate with this bloody Lok Sabha, which is fake one, and this PM is a fake one, and BJP is a fake one, and now you are also fake one because you are supporting fake one. We will blame you equally to what we blame the BJP and Modi. They are crooks, we know, but why you are becoming crooks? Why these 200 people don't come out of Lok Sabha? What you are doing there? There's no meaning. He will do whatever he wants. You have no value at all. Go on speaking long speeches and debates. Who was the value of that? You will just record in journals of Lok Sabha, nothing else. Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Why you are wasting your time? Come on and fight with them. That is required. If you want to say you're a patriot and your party who led this country to get freedom from British, do something, or you are equally same. No difference. One is head, one is tail. That's the difference. You know very well that there's a malpractice in election, the non-transparent election, even when we use, abuse, but you are still cooperating with them. Why do you fear? Means you must have done same thing in last elections. Certainly, you have done same crime which they have done. That's why you both are friends. Maybe you prove that you are better than them. No, you are not better than them in that case. If you have been better, you would have come out. You did not come out. You're still with slash 52 MPs. You don't have any shame. Come out, leave them alone. Let them work for 5 years. What you want to do? Nobody is going to listen to you. You're sitting with criminal like people. You're cooperating criminals. That's the problem. You don't have any degree of shame. Rahul Gandhi runs away at this juncture when he was required. He runs away. Why? Fight. If you have courage, if you are Indira Gandhi's related, if you are Rajiv Gandhi related, if you are Gandhi is related, come and fight, but you are not fighting, you are running away. So you are also weak, you are also stupid, I should say. You are timid. When you are required, you are running away. So they proved that you are Pappu then. You proved you are Pappu. You made Modi Pappu and all Pappus by fighting with them. That's called responsibility. So what you have done? Nothing. You achieved nothing. Just wasted people's time. The election is fake one. Everybody knows. 90% people know there was a malpractice in this. There was a game of EVMs. But you are not doing anything. Who will do? Public will do. Then why you are required? People are doing themselves, but you are not doing anything. People think there is no one to fight. But people don't accept this election. Remember, Maybe if by force government is there, Lok Sabha is there, but nobody respects them. You make any law, you can do that because you are not sitting. Election Commission has got to cheat. President did not care. Nobody cares. Supreme Court slapped. All slapped during election. Supreme Court enjoying hill station because for vacation. President is sleeping. Oh, my brother, my RSS people are there. I don't worry anything. Election Commission is office boy of Modi. Everybody knows. He's Chaplasi type person. He's not election commissioner. So what to say? I think this stage Bahadur is better than all of you. He is that is fighting with. He's fighting in the High Court now. He's better than even Modi. He's better than Rahul because he has courage to fight. Though he may lose or no, that is a different issue. But he is a human being. He worked for this nation in army. He started to teach a lesson to Modi. He started to teach to Election Commission. And now he has filed a case against Modi in Allahabad court. And that is brilliance. Believe me, that is appreciable. Maybe he loses all this. That's the result. But he has a courage, degree of courage which we don't have. And that is the difference in the personality of a person, the character of a person. Nobody has character here. This is really unbelievable. These leaders are useless. Soldier of army is better than they. Talk to army people, they are very angry with Modi and all this. They are not doing anything. Why don't you do? Why you fight? Why don't you fight? Why are you fearing? Who shall kill you? Even if somebody kills you, be killed, no problem. But fight for public. Don't say every time I am standing with farmers, I am standing with you are standing with no one until you prove it that you are standing. You are just be fooling people like Modi. Be fooled 15 lakhs and he be fooled 10 crore jobs and he be fooled free houses and he be fooled at so many points. He be fooled. He showed many dreams. He sold many dreams. And after elections, he says it is open election. No, when the elections are gone, everything is gone. His simple design is say anything in election as jumlas and later say, oh, it was just election, no problem. Abuse anyone, promise anyone, and do nothing. This is politics of Modi. And politics of Rahul, I am standing with Kisan, I am standing with poor, I am standing with farmer. You are not standing with anybody until you prove it. You only lost election by email, so what? Still fight, why you want to run away? Why Congress is depressed? Life, is it life end? I think so. It's not life end. But if you are with public, you will be supported. Elections shall be done again, shall come again, but public doesn't trust in EVM. This is very fact. They don't trust. Talk to anybody. Talk to someone who is not Modi Bhakt. And even some Modi Bhakt may also not trust. When something is not trustworthy, why we don't burn our blood? Why don't you take, you can say, a spiritual weapon with us, words weapon with us and start fighting with power? Why don't we do that? Why we are saying, congratulations Modi, congratulations BJP, for what congratulations? Why Rahul Gandhi congratulated Modi for what? And why did Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi attend oath-taking ceremony? Which means you participated in fake business, in fake acts. There was no meaning to participate in fake ceremony. There should no meaning at all to congratulate them because they do not deserve any congratulations for this fake act. An election has been fake, it has been drama only. Why to congratulate them? You are congratulating robbers? You are congratulating vote looters? Is it public service you are doing? Or you are a fool? Have you lost your minds? You have no common sense? So this is not that Congress we expect. That Congress is dead. You are just a representative, false representative, fake representative, or prove it that you are not. We know BJP, they are robbers, they are RSS, they are anti-nationals, everybody knows. They did nothing for freedom of this country. They did nothing for freedom of the country. They proposed something in 1947, they adopt this saffron flag, adopt this, whatever they say, as Hindu nation, and adopt this, whatever they wanted to do that, now they are doing. After 60, 70 years, they are doing. They got a chance. They are in power, they will abuse everything. They never like Muslims, I know, and Muslims also know they BJP never like Jansang, never like Muslims. But what to do? You think they can never, because they experienced bad time when they came from Pakistan. You know who is they? Who are they? This BJP is nothing. A group of people who migrated from Pakistan in 1947 and constituted Janasangh here. These mostly Sindh people, Punjab people. They came. They left their places where they stayed for centuries, for millenniums. In that place, they left their homes where they stood for millenniums, and they didn't like that and they came here. A person who can leave his home where he was born, his father was born. What was problem with Eastern Pakistan that time? Why to change your country? Why you did not change your country when you were under Mughal rules? They were also same. In those days, you are staying here because you might be getting benefit, or you may be friends of Mughals, could be. And same thing happened here, where they constituted Jansang, and they got some Rajputs with them, Banias with them, and Banias supported them. They was with this Punjabi people refused. See, this is the same party. Now they have grown up to the level of BJP. If you talk who's Ambani, Ambani is nothing but Arbani. Arbani is Pakistan name. They changed to Ambani. Ambani was established here, is settled in Ahmedabad. He came from Pakistan. Same thing could be Modi came from Pakistan. Nobody knows. Advani came from Pakistan. And many area in Kurukshetra and Karnal, these farmers, they also migrated from Pakistan because Muslims here left. Many areas in Delhi, they came to Pakistan. In Bombay, many people Pakistan. You can say here in West Delhi, in the Trans Yamuna area, in many parts of this Rajendra area, Rajendra place, and all people migrated from there, and they were benefited by Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru did everything by Refugee Act. He allotted them houses, allotted them lands, farms, area loans, everything without any documentation. No documents even were available, but they just believe in this. He issued ST certificates to them. You find everybody, these people, they will never tell you they are ST, but they are ST. These people get job everywhere in government. Nobody will get, you may not get, but they got it. This is history. These are facts of life. Faridabad, where I am staying, this same area, where traders were established. They were settled here in 1947. There was no light. This city, Faridabad, is that area. A generator was not available. No real supply was here. From Calcutta, generators were available from German. That was transported here, and Jawaharlal himself fished down that. So much was done for them without any plan. There was no master plan at that time that this would come from there. Jawaharlal thought that they will come here. Patel told me, no, they will not go back. He thought he will go back. After 2-3 months, they did not go back. This is our history. And these people are now in power. Same people. Same people who transnation, who supported British, who supported agreements with Mughals, who was wife of Akbar, Rajput. These people made agreements with them. And Mughals did not have any agreements with scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. No, they didn't have. They were agreements with these people only. See, black points of all history, you'll find only crooked and crooked. Unfortunately, it is fact. But young cannot know this. Youth will not know this. Bhagat Singh never liked them. Subhas never liked them. And Patel never liked them. But they say we are Anuyayi of Subhas, we are Anuyayi of Bhagat Singh, and we are Anuyayi of this. Because they want some credit somewhere. They have no credit, no point to score, but they want some credit. That's the problem. They want credit without doing job. And what happened? In Congress time, they say there was corruption. Yes, there was corruption, but there were jobs, there were works, there were projects. See, this is habit in blood. British taught us corruption. They taught us commissions. Out of 100, there was an understanding that if atta mein namak khalo bhai, salt in flow. But these people changed. No need of project, no need of any plan or master plan. Just apply, get money from bank in any projects, they will run away. Why do you even work? Why do you do hard work when you are getting money free of something? Take money and run away, that's it. Congress did projects, they developed nation. Maybe they could have taken 5%, 4%, 3%. I cannot say anything about that. But they developed. They established universities. They have established colleges. They established institutions. They established, you can say, companies. They established the irrigation network, canals. They established the additional railways. What English could do. They established housing. They established road work. They established education system, primary school, general school, higher secondary school, everything. They did a lot of work. If you just compare it since 1947 to now, what we are. But what did they do? What did they do? They established EVM robbery. They say how to completely hijack election. Wow, see, booth rigging by Brad can be checked. It can be seen some rigging there. But in this, you cannot check rigging because it's whole rigging, whole itself. Believe me, I can never accept these people. Last time I voted for BJP, that is my bad luck, bad fortune. That first time I voted them in 2014. Maybe Modi is a very reputed person. They say he can take control of law and order. He's a very honest person, this and that. But I have seen now what degree of honesty he is. Openly, he got one contract of 13,000 to Ambani from RAF. This is against law. This is ethics against contract. Who are you to ask someone to award this contract to him subcontract? Set of contract. Why? This means zero company. You are shareholder of that. You are just invisible shareholder. You can say silent shareholder. You are not just declaring undeclared shareholders. That's why you did this. Well, my objective is not to speak something bad about someone because he is in power and he can do whatever he wants. Let him do. I don't worry about that. But public has to think. Youth have to think. If they don't think, they will suffer. Our youth shall suffer a lot, and they have been suffering. When I see 10,000 salary for civil engineer who is a graduate, this means a shame. We should dip in chillu for pani. This has happened. Why do engineering then? Tell me, why do engineering? What's the money? Why do medical when you have to sell medicals business? When you have to sell doctors sell everyone. Why to do that? Better don't do anything. Just do some small course and start puncture repair and pakora shop as Modi says. That is better than something else. At least you will not waste time. You will not invest a lot. In engineering, you invest 5 years, and years of money and your family time, everything. You invest your brain, and after that you get 10,000 salary, which is complete nonsense. Such, what should you do with these people? Do you have an idea? Why should we accept such people? And why should we accept government? Why did government not fix some skills for engineers or for doctors somewhere else? Means whatever you want, you sell. You buy anyone. Same thing, they are disinvesting companies, railways, and everyone. Where is leading us? Tell me. Where they shall lead us? They shall lead us to see where we will dip. That's all. This is really very bad for our country. Very, very bad, you can say. They do not understand economy. Modi does not know anything. He is illiterate guy. Maybe he did not pass eighth standard, I'm sure. And he never respects educated people. Never. He respects only shoe polishers who butters them, and that's all. And his co-partner, his co-criminal, we can say, Amit Shah, same thing. Both are in same boat. He's master, he's doctor, both may be like that. You see, Amit Shah sometimes gets angry, but Modi never gets angry. That's the specialty of this man. He keeps laughing, smiling, and doing every crime. Unfortunately, we have such prime minister, fake prime minister, who lost this country, who spoiled economy of this country, and our other people who can do something, they are not sleeping anything, they are silent. Silent people. And our youth have been convinced, or you can say misled by Modi in last 5 years, and now, and he will speak again, oh, I'll do this 15 lakhs, don't worry, when we get black money. He can say same thing. If someone once says Jumla, and once he will do it. These people are very good businessmen. Really, they know how to do business. They can sell if they get opportunity to sell this country one day, and we will go with that company because we are also sold that time. Such people are they, and we are happy we voted them. Only problem is because we don't understand why we vote. We don't understand why we vote. That's the point. We vote to elect whom? People think we vote to elect Modi or Prime Minister. Somebody thinks we elect to vote someone else, party, but they don't know why we vote. Because they don't know Constitution. Constitution never says anywhere, doesn't claim and mandate the Prime Minister to be elected or parties to be elected. There's no name of party in Constitution anyway. Go and see all 395 where the elections are involved as Article 81. You will see you have to constitute to elect people directly for Constitution of Lok Sabha, and that is very simple. Constitutional Lok Sabha means members of Lok Sabha. You have to elect them, but nobody is serious about that. Nobody is serious, and those who are serious, they have no value at all. I had a fight with someone in one there. I told him, I didn't vote this time. Why you don't vote? You should have voted Nota. For what? What does Nota mean? If vote to Congress and go to BJP, Nota also can go to BJP. And I don't have a list of candidates to whom I have to know what is bad or good. I don't have any list guarantee as supplied to me by election commissioner, which is a duty. I don't know how many candidates are contesting for my constituency. How can I say who's bad is good? I am not born to vote BJP or to Congress for life. No, I'm not born on this in this country just to vote them. No, not at all. And I have to vote only a person whom I know or who is in list. I can understand. If I say Nota means none of you. If a person is bad or good, I don't know. Maybe he's good. How can I say not is a bad one? And moreover, Nota can also go to BJP. So what's the meaning of that? Election Commission is a culture. Somebody in one area yesterday called him, or you can say, Quechua. One person, one engineer, electronics engineer, in one YouTube called this election commission Kachra. Not Kachra, Quechua. I could not understand. He explained what Quechua is. Kendriya, Quechua, Kendriya Chunav Ayog, Quechua. He said like that. So I have no shame, no shame. I can speak because this work like that. In one Jantar Mantar, I was there. Some people calling these two gundas are holding country. Gundas, two Gujarati gundas are holding this. People openly talking like that. So such a reputation you are earning in public. But public, I don't know why they are not starting road fighting. They are not starting. All other countries are better than us. Really better than us. Only country, we are sleeping country. We cannot do anything. In emergency, we are beaten. Okay, that was time is gone. People are beaten, they accept, they digest. They have very good digestion power, absorption power, shock absorption. We have shock, very good shocks in us, shock absorbers. You can say we have very good neoprene membranes in us, polystyrene membranes in us. We can digest anything. If we are killed by knife, we are happy. If we are broken by our head, we are happy. If we are thrown away, we are happy. Just like a monkey comes and hits someone, we are all like that. Means these monkeys are there, they're sitting and they hit us. What to do then? I don't understand what to say about this. If educated people cannot understand this, cannot analyze this, there's no meaning of your education, there's meaning of the job. You are living only for sake of money, you are living only for sake of your existence, your survival, your family, and you are not living for sake of your country, your bhaja. If tomorrow America come and says take 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh or 1 crore and come to my country, leave this country, you shall go, I understand. You will definitely go. Because your nature has changed, character has changed. We are characterless people. We don't know what we have, and we know what we don't have. We are going to America or Canada only for what? For money, not for country. But we never come back because we see this is a rubbish country. Then from there we say a kachra country. India is a country, a Bharat country. That is what character we have. We should have pride in calling ourselves Bharat, India, but we are not calling ourselves with pride because we don't understand us. When you don't understand yourself, you cannot evaluate yourself. We have to evaluate ourselves, what we are, what we have done, what we are doing for nation, what we are doing for society, and what we are doing for ourselves. But nobody is doing that. I am going to job, I have no time for this. Just I don't have any time to read newspaper, listen to news. How many youth are listening to news? Just see. Not even 5-10%. No news listening, video listening, games listening, playing, computer films, and all that. They have time for that. They have time for girlfriend and boyfriend. They have time for everybody. They don't have time for nation. Why? They don't understand what is nation. And that's a bad thing. That is a bad consideration. You don't understand your nation means you don't respect yourself. You don't respect your country. I don't understand why Gandhi, Subhash, they were all, I don't know, they have no meaning at all why you're doing. They did something which has gone waste. It is something futile. They got us liberated. It was better if you had been under British. At least you could say we are slaves. And still you are slaves. There's no difference. They were British, now they are better British. They are Kale Angrej, black British. No difference. Congress was same, BJP is same, everybody is same. They are surviving for themselves and nothing else. Why I cannot think or you cannot think that you can become a prime minister? You cannot think that way because there's no way. You cannot even become member of parliament because we know why you don't have 50 crores to spend. You don't have 50 crores to spend. There's no question. Just by security deposit, you come to you file application, come you, nobody will do you until you spend money. So what meaning of democracy remains then? This is what you have to think, and this is what Constitution has to think. Constitution has all answers, but you will never read that. You will never refer to Constitution. That's the problem of this country. Why Constitution is there? People don't understand. Why we do not read Constitution? We don't understand. Why we are avoiding that document? We don't understand. Everything is moving into the Constitution. If you ask some youth, they say there's nothing moving in the Constitution. Why should I bother about that? They don't understand that Constitution is operating everywhere, but they don't know anything. They cannot understand Prime Minister is elected, MPs are elected, President is elected, Supreme Court is working, government is working, Lok Sabha is working, government departments are working, ministries are working. They are all as well constitutional provisions, but they don't understand that because they have never seen Constitution. They don't even know what is there contained in Constitution. They don't understand, and that is my problem to speak to people. Please read Constitution. This is the only life document for you. This is the only document for you. So you will know so many things. You will not, why do you depend upon others to tell you what's there? You are educated people, okay, for those who neither know Hindi, no English, I don't mind about that. But those who know, 40%, 50% public is youth. At least higher secondary or schools living they have, that graduation of school living they have. They can at least read Hindi or original language if you cannot understand English, but you cannot do that also. That is the reason you believe what political people say, what Congress say, what BJP say. They speak anything, you believe that. Because oh, he said that. Why is like that? Why do you pass examination? I don't understand how they study education, how they study academics when they cannot read books. That is a compulsion because you have to pass that. You have to qualify yourself. You have to get job. That's the only reason. You are forced to do that. If this subject of constitution is mandatory for everybody, that your degree will not be given to you, or your school's leaving certificate shall not be given to you until you pass this syllabus of constitution and you understand that what happens, what shall happen. If you don't get your certificate without passing this oral or written test of one subject, that's fine. You do it. You will do it then. Just like a medical graduate has to pass internship, or someone else, CA has to pass internship, same thing should apply to every student. Pass this one and then you get this. Or go back. We don't deal with it. There is no such provision in education, or else you would have. Who says that go through all constitution? Nobody says that. There are 395 articles, something like that. Okay, at least you should know what is there, how it affects your life. That type of knowledge you should have. You should have a knowledge that who is MP, who is MLA, and what are their functions. I'm surprised when you see some MP in the MP election, they are asking about drain construction, they are asking about road construction. This is not job. They are asking about water supply, they are asking about septic area, they're talking about trees. The MP election, what relation has got the MP? This is a problem. And in MLA selection, they are asking something else. In council election, they are something else. These people have no knowledge at all. What should be asked or shouldn't be asked? You cannot ask your representatives, because representatives know that you have to vote to Modi, and I get vote because of Modi. MLA thinks I get vote because of Modi, and that is why these people have no value. They don't bother about you. They say I have to spend money and come back, and that's all. When I spend 25, 20 crores, 30 crores, I have to make it 300 crores in 5 years, and that is only objective with that person. It's not his fault because it's Modi or it's Rahul who won. It's not that member. That member spent money and he had to earn back. So why should he spend 25 crores to you for 5 years just to become one MP? No, he'll make it 10 times or 5 times, and he makes it. So who is responsible for this? I don't understand. This is not atomic structure. This is not proton, neutron, atom. You can say nuclear theory. It's nothing that. It's not rocket science. It's simply have one hour per week or 2 hours per week, or see some videos and acknowledge that you have known something. Talk to your people, your friend, your colleagues, and you can get so many things. Some watch news or something. You get this, but you don't know this. I don't know why this hesitation, why this encountering. You have to know for yourself. You are not going to know for Americans. You are not going to know for other people. Whatever you know, whatever you study is for yourself, for your life, for career development. It's a part of continuous professional education, which everybody gets. It's not simply you close your books once you come out of the university. You have to keep up, update everything. But you don't want, because you are very high profile people, you are very busy people, you have to do everything in your life except this, except knowing all this. Unfortunate, really unfortunate, our youth. They are not destined, they have no objective except to survive, and that's it. They just want education, good job, and after that, bye bye to society. Let me live as I am living. I am taking drug or not taking drug. I am enjoying with my spouse or not. I am living with my boyfriend, girlfriend, or I am living marriage or whatever. It's my life. I do as it is. I don't care for what India-Bharat is. Let Modi take care, or Rahul take care, or someone else take care. I am least bothered because I am not going to that direction. This is our philosophy, thinking, and that is, you can say, approach we adopted, which is not acceptable approach. If citizens start thinking like that, who shall help this nation? You see, nation makes a citizen, as well as citizen makes a nation. Both are there. If you don't work for your nation, you cannot make this nation. And if nation doesn't work for you, you cannot do anything. Both are there. You are part of this nation, you are integrated part, but you have to work for that. You work anywhere in the world, doesn't matter. You go to foreign country, you go to wherever you want, but you have to think for a nation. You have to argue there with people that we are better than you. You say, oh, this is my country, I don't like that country, I want to stay settled in America or Canada. Unfortunately, we cannot settle in Gulf countries. Unfortunately. Otherwise, millions of people settle there by now. Intellectualism. These governments are very capable there. very, very capable governments in GCC in Middle East, but they don't change their culture. They don't accept everything what others accept, and that is better. That's good idea. But we did not do that. We are, it's just like I'm speaking in English, and people speak in English. We feel pride in that. Really, we are speaking for some other purpose because of communication problem. We have many regions in this country. Everybody cannot understand Hindi or some other language. I cannot understand Tamil. I cannot speak Tamil. So my communication, your communication should reach every corner of this country, and that can reach only when you know English. But it's not a question of pride. It's a question of awareness. Nobody says you speak with translation or grammar accurately, but communication must be made, and that's only purpose of this. No other purpose, because in other countries there's no such problem. If you go to GCC, everybody knows Arabic. Arabic is their language. Go to Libya, go to Sudan, go to Lebanon, go to Africa, go to Algeria, everywhere. Some part of Arabic is there. So they don't need problem. We have a problem because we are too big. We are subcontinent. 50, 100 languages are there. So we cannot know every language. That is reason is our communication language. It's not an international language. It's not our language, but we have to survive because of this. Communication is more important than something else. If I cannot communicate with my people, I cannot work with them. If they communicate with me, they cannot work with them, because without communication, you cannot work anywhere. You cannot perform. Even if you want to read a book, you must know that language in which book has been scripted. That is most important. If you know, you will read it. If you don't, you will not read it. But this doesn't happen in mathematics. It's formula, it's calculation. Their language doesn't matter. Same thing in physics, chemistry. Formula are there. Of course, we say it is science, you cannot understand. No, that's not true. It's bad. Physics, chemistry, mathematics, where mathematics dominates, numericals dominate, you can do without even knowing very good English. We used to call engineers colorful. Yes, you can use that colorful English for a professional work. But for purpose communication, mass communication, word communication, internet communication, you must have some idea of English for purpose of communication transfers, nothing else. It doesn't mean that you have become English. No, it's not that. I'm not slave of English. I am slave of my own language. But my own language, unfortunately, we have not been taught very well in education. And that's why we are not using that. Otherwise, I would have been using that. But then I will have to confine myself to some society, some area only. But for purpose, we can consider that this is our language. What's the problem? Because after they you rule us for 200 years. This doesn't happen in China. China English never ruled. The people a lot confusion about this. In China, English never ruled. British never ruled. Some people say they got independence in 1974 and they got after us and they are right. No, they did not get independence from British. This is a wrong conception. No British there. British will rule only Hong Kong, not China. There's a difference. Hong Kong they rule, not China. China has different type of management there. Now it is republic, like kind of you can China, communist China. Before a different type of kingdom type, but not British. Therefore, if you go to China, you will not find dominance of English. People don't even speak English. I was there in Shanghai for 10 days. I asked someone, where is this hotel, Shanghai hotel you are staying? What? You cannot understand what I am asking. This type of people are there. If I was in a hotel, somebody told me, don't give them tip. They feel embarrassed. If you pay tip to a waiter in a hotel in China, it's very bad for them. They don't accept this. Oh, they feel depressed, impressed, embarrassed. Why you're paying us? We are doing service and you're giving us money, and that's enough. So when I entered there, nobody came here to pick my bag. It happens in this country. They come, somebody comes here, waiter comes and takes your bag to your room. You just give me key, go this electronic key, go and stay yourself. That is China. Difference, professionalism, service. They are service providers, and we are slaves. We still do this. Hello, sir, salute to them, and you expect 50 rupees, 100 rupees. You go to hotel, if you take food of 2,000 rupees and you don't pay 100 or 200 rupees to waiter, you are not sensible. You are not etiquettes. You have no etiquettes at all. This is what understanding in the art. That is the difference. That's what I'm called. Slavery has not gone on, and that waiter expects here something. That person who takes my bag to so he expects something. If you go to some government office, get some jobs without any bribe, he expects something. Expectation rules here. They are getting salaries, yet they expect something. If you fulfill every requirement of law, formalities, even then they accept something. This is our country. Means our characters are, you can say, deteriorated character. You can say low-level character we have. We have no self-esteem in us. And that's the difference. That's why I'm saying Life is changing, country is changing, character is changing, style of living is changing. We have to change ourselves. We have to change our character, our conduct, but we are not changing. And this is unfortunate. You have to adopt. Okay, you adopt West culture, nobody stops you. But be careful. You are adopting West culture, I don't mind that. But be careful about ultraviolet rays. But you are not doing that. You are not taking interest in knowing this. Every day there is a weather report on the internet. You can see weather report. All information is given that what is value of temperature, what is dew point, where what level sky is, clouds are there, at what meter height, and what is the ultraviolet transfer from there. Everything these reports are available. What is humidity? But nobody is interested. I have seen many people now. It's a 3 days back of 14 index, UV index. 14 is very high. It should be zero. Maximum acceptable is 10, but it was 14. You know what happens to that? It is very dangerous. If you are exposed, head is exposed, mouth is exposed, your arms are exposed, your legs are, as ladies do, these women do, and other fashionable boys do. You are impacted upon by sun rays with ultraviolet attack, and that can lead you to your skin cancer as well as your forehead impact as well as eyes impact. We don't understand that. We are fashionable. We are walking on the road showing our legs, our arms. So we are not even serious about our health. We are not serious. Just take example, why Arab use this burqa, you can say burqa, and all these sheikhs use all caps of the black bound and yes, complete cover up, because it was desert. There were also ultraviolet rays. There was a temperature of 40 to 50, 55. This bahuraka burqa, which we call it, means where actually this term is misunderstood. This burqa we call it, but it's not burqa, it's bahuraka. How you maintain your daughter-in-law? That is main thing. So they used to cover a whole body so that it can be protected from impacts of adverse weather. They were sensible, most of them. Maybe they could not explain, maybe we could not understand, but that weather, that environment, there are people who used to live in Middle East and everywhere. That was high dry weather and high humidity. 90% in Qatar, if you go, you can find 95% humidity. In Dubai, you'll find 80% humidity, and in dry area like Iraq, you'll find dry weather 50 degrees in Baghdad. How could they accept that? And the body couldn't accept that. They use dressing like that. But we are just copying them without any analysis, without any thinking. When we get sick, we get low blood pressure, we understand that. We work in AC all the time, home AC and then office AC and car AC, everywhere. They are exposed to AC because we like that, we love that. It's very comfortable. We forget that we are not taking water when we are sitting in AC, and we don't take water. The exhaust of AC is working, that pulls out your hydration from inside and dehydrates you. Even then, you cannot take AC. In airplane, why water is given? Why food is given? So that you keep yourself hydrated. But we don't understand this. AC, excess use AC everything, and some light off means they are in problem. So we are saying comfort is fine. Have comfort, but have limitations. Full time AC is health. It's health problem. Particles in AC, our ACs are not very good. These take air changes 8 times. In Gulf, it is only 2 or 3 times. Our ACs change air after 8 circulations. This means you are taking bacteria, you are taking germs from nose, you are taking rehaling that. 8 times you are rehaling that and then discharging out through AC exhaust. So what you are inhaling? Then you keep your fan also on foolishly. So you are just inhaling germs, you are just inhaling dry air, and that's a health problem. I'm just giving this example, and that's why I'm explaining that. Question is why we don't think even about our health. Forget about nation, forget something. We don't even think about anything that we are supposed to think. And that's our problem. My objective is for those youth people. I'm not talking about old people, senior, or because they are all well matured and nobody needs any to teach them. They know themselves what we can do because they are not like youth. Our youth is anxiety holder. Our youth is very excited, but without any logic, without any understanding, without something. If you speak to someone, he will mind it. Like, why you are telling me this? That's the problem. They don't try to digest what senior says. They don't try to digest what their parents speak. They don't try to digest something because they know everything. They will accept false information they receive after search on Google, because there are many information which are not logical, which are not operative, which are false, just written by some, you can say, stupids for sake of writing, and they disseminate false information, incorrect information, and these people can pick that from there, which is happening here every day. They don't like to talk to experts, they pick from there. because we don't want to care for anything. Oh, I got information, I know about this, halas, that's it. This is what I am saying. This is our problem. We have to understand this. If we cannot understand this, we are in a serious darkness. Country is going to face drastic problems in coming times. We may have more burning atmosphere now. 15, 14 UV. This means UV index. This means there is penetration through ozone layer. Only then you get ultraviolet rays. This means ultraviolet rays from sun are penetrating ozone layer and then coming to your weather, your aerosphere. This means it will start burning air as well. It will pollute further rather than, you can say, dissolving that pollution. It will pollute further and transfer heat further. It happens for so many years. You know what shall happen? Even your trees shall be workless, functionless. They cannot digest everything. So maybe sometime you will find in future, oh, there's fire, automatic fire in the air, because there is a limit. There's a limit everywhere. Now you see everything we are sweating in. We are getting toxic elements in our body because of this humidity. This is happening. This shall happen. We have to be very careful. We can only be careful when you attend to something, you can listen to something, you can read some material, you can find some material for betterment, for improvement, but we are not doing that. We are just confined to our job. If you don't have a job, we are confined to depression. We are just in search of job. Means every problem lies with everyone in a varying difference, not similar, but it is. So what I have to say, be serious. Sleep to some extent, but not full extent. Think, start understanding what Bharat is. We know what Europe is, we know what America is, but we know they're all the covered people only, but they are all hollow vessels. America is not that America was before. It's hollow. Europe is also hollow. England has gone bankrupt. China, you see why there is fight in China and US because of this. China is rising and US cannot see China rising. You and US cannot see someone replace US. That's what. There was some dispute with England secretary, and there's some leak of mail, and US is very angry. We are powerful, most powerful country in this world. We are only country you are teaching on how to administer. When he says, "Yeah, this is shown administer, inept administration person. You are calling us this, you are teaching us this. We are most powerful country in the world, we are most bigger, and we will run from do what administration is," and he was very angry. This Trump himself. But this is not required. You may be very powerful country, it doesn't matter you everything. After all, you are human being like we are human being. Maybe we know better than you, but you are not accepting that. That's all. Don't forget that foreigners are working in your country. You are not Americans alone. Indian people working there, other people working there. You are that's advancing in sciences and nothing. And because you are hiring all people, be just little salaries. If your people were there, you three times salaries. Don't be very proud. Don't be very proud that you are very powerful country. You are powerful country because you are using human power from other countries. Well, that's your fine, no problem at all. But don't show others that they are weak. They are not weak. You are weak because you are pride. You are in pride. Pride for nothing. Pride is negative. Have sense. Think people like this. China. Why you are jealous of China? Because China is advancing. China is not listening to you. That's why you are jealous. Our difference with China is something else. But you are no border dispute with China. Why are you killing those people? Why are you giving bad treatment to those people? You are treating Hawaii in a bad way. China is China, and you are you. You are fighting with China. You are fighting with many other countries as well. You are started fighting with Europe also. You are started fighting with Iran also. Why? Because you want to prove that you are powerful. You cannot put like this. You have also unemployment in your country. You are also giving dole your youth. Only thing is we are not giving dole also. You are giving. That's all. That's the difference. And think you are going to stop working for many days. Our government here doesn't stop working any day. That's the difference. Our people have more better houses than your people have there. Our people have houses, kothis and bungalows and villas and everything here. Come and see how many percent people have houses. You don't have that. Our middle class can think of a flat. Our junior people can think of chanta flat or small flat. Your people cannot think that way. That's the difference. Because we are patient people. Of course, we are sleeping, but we are sleeping to think. We have to think we can make you better than you. That's the only difference. But we have population problem. They, when you have 137 crore people, we will ask you how rich you are, how powerful you are. You are 20 crore and jumping. We are 6 times, 7 times that. We are not jumping. You are jumping because you are only 20 crore people and you are shouting and they are fighting on that. Oh, I am powerful. Let India people be there, 135 crores people, you will understand how to drink water and how to take food. You will very well understand. Trump, better be human being first. You are stopping all illegal people coming to. Well, that's your country problem, but don't think that because of those people only you could move further. Not because of your people. Your people are lazy. They're fat. They're just like in Gulf now. They are fat. They are obese people. Every third person in Gulf is now having disease of obesity, which is going to cancer. Which is going to lead to cancer. This is my report. So every country has different types of problems. We have our own problems. We have political problems. We have economic problems. We have other problems. Well, I'm not talking of those people anymore, just for reference I've given, and it's already more than 1 hour, and I like to stay 1 hour, 1/4 hour. So I would say that I'll take further. I could not even speak in Hindi because of reasons of time, and it will be very long otherwise. And next time I'll talk in this subject on this subject, similar of constitution, and refer to constitution about this. So I will just closing down for that. Thank you very much for all there, and people are there, and they want to listen. Rakesh Nirala. Oh, welcome, Rakesh Nirala. Thank you very much. Prince Ashraf, thank you very much. Rakesh Nirala is an engineer. He used to work in pet construction in Doha. He's a very good engineer. He was in the Dukhan area and good engineer, reliable engineer and hardworking engineer. And thank you, Rakesh, Engineer Rakesh, for your attendance. I'll talk something else, other one. Well, I'm happy that I'm able to communicate to you with this, and I'll keep coming later on also. They had some problem. I started YouTube as well, and I think that we will constitution can be understood very well by those people, and it shall be better for us to understand as soon as possible, because without this you cannot make yourself lead up. You will just be down up, down and down, nothing else. Thank you very much. Jai Bharat, Dhanyavad. Very much. Okay.